So welcome. This is Becca, who has just left Hereford Sixth Form College. So thank you so much for chatting to us, Becca. So let's start. What subjects did you do at Hereford Sixth Form College?
So at college, I did English, literature, English and language, and classics.
Amazing. And what are you up to now?
Now I study Ancient History and Archaeology at the University of Manchester.
So the most popular university in the UK at the moment. So that's absolutely fantastic. And so let's go back to Sixth Form College. How did you find your journey of college? Did you always find it easy? What would your kind of hints and tips be?
It definitely wasn't easy for me. I've really struggled in first year. The second year, I actually started to put effort in a bit more. That definitely helped, and I felt like he pushed me, which was amazing. Because I felt I did quite well by the end of it. Yeah, I think me giving myself a kick up the arse and you giving me a kick up the arse really helped.
Excellent. And how about your other subjects? So you're doing a really interesting kind of course now. How did you find you got to that place?
So I loved classics. That was the one thing that I did really love from first year all the way to the end of second year in college. And my teacher was like, he was really engaging. He also did archaeology and ancient history at uni. And I would talk to him all the time about it. And it really sort of set off a passion that I didn't quite know that I had. And it just felt right. And it's my favourite thing. I love it so much. So
That's awesome. And so now you're studying at Manchester. Tell us, are you enjoying the course? How have you found uni life? Tell us a bit about that.
I really like the course. It's sort of like got a mix of everything. The split is fairly even, so I feel like I'm not like getting more of one than the other. And uni's great. Like it's such a change of scenery, and you meet new people, and like everyone's in the same boat. You all like get along, and it's a great experience.
Good. Now, Becca, you didn't have the most traditional situation coming into college, and tell us a little bit about your background.
Yeah, so I grew up near Cardiff and I lived with my parents, and then my mother died when I was 16 and I moved to live with my aunt and uncle near Hereford. And it was like such a big change. Like I was 16, I'd been through a lot. I wasn't really focused on school or anything. I didn't really care about it. So like coming to college, I was like, oh, I'll just do it and then I'll see where I go with that. I didn't really end up expecting to go to university really. So the first year was quite hard because I wasn't in the right mindset to want to pursue anything. I didn't have like a passion particularly. And then so coming to Hereford and then meeting like my amazing teachers and like finding out what I wanted to do, it really set me on the straight and narrow, and I really pushed me to get to where I am.
And if you had seen yourself when you were having outside support and you had that tough time when you were 16, would you have imagined now that you'd be studying at the most competitive university in the UK, one of the top universities in the UK, a subject which is just absolutely your passion? What would you have said to your former self or to someone else who, for example, has been through the care system, who's had kind of struggles in their life? What would you say to them?
Honestly, it's cliche, but it does get better. Like 16-year-old me would have never thought that I'd have actually like been comfortable with like who I am and what I'm doing, and like she would have never like expected this kind of outcome for me. Which is really like it's sad, but like also it's really like lovely to look back and like see that it did get better for me, and it can get better for anybody else as well. It isn't a situation that has to like define you. It absolutely like you can make a lot out of yourself.
That's incredible. And also from my perspective is just seeing the journey that you went on, just not realizing you were going to be so incredible and so academic, and that you actually got to a point where you believed in yourself as much as we believed in you, which was incredible. And so you also did loads of really fascinating things. So didn't you get involved in some digs? Tell me about that.
Yeah, I did. I where I live in Hereford is really close to a site that one of the professors at Manchester, Julian Thomas, digs on every year, and I've been doing it for the last 2 years now, just for the bit of fun on the side. And I tried it out last year before I applied to do archaeology at Manchester, because I thought, well, I'd try it, see if I like it or not. And it was one of the best decisions I've ever made. I did it again this year and I met some of my best friends. It's such a good community. It's given me like a step up on the course where I can like I sit in my lectures and I'm like I know that because I've done it. It's such a great feeling, and experience is absolutely everything in archaeology. So doing that kind of thing over the summer was really helpful.
And if you, again, like if you say to someone who is considering doing extra stuff or kind of pursuing an interest, why would you say that that's worth it? Why is it worth kind of discovering whether you do like a subject or not?
I think because like you can choose a subject that sounds interesting and it actually can't be for you. It's absolutely all about trial and error. And I think it was character building for me. I've done some things I've never done before. Like camping for a month, like, quite intensive things. And you either don't like it or you love it. And I think trying things is the best way you can like figure out yourself and navigate actually who you are as a person and what your interests are really. It makes an absolute difference. So do absolutely anything you can.
And tell us now about your course at Manchester. What modules have really interested you, or lectures, topics, essays, anything like that?
My favourite module actually is an Egyptology one that I'm doing. I'm doing Pharaonic Egypt, so it's all about the Old Kingdom and like the 18th dynasty and all that. I find that so utterly interesting, and it was the module that I was the least looking forward to. Funny enough, there was only one compulsory archaeology module for this semester, and there wasn't any others. And I was like, I wish I could do more archaeology modules. So I picked the Pharaonic Egypt, and I love it so much. My lecturer, he's so cool. He's so interesting. That's my favourite. Obviously, my archaeology module is great too. And then my other module is archaic Greek history, which is really cool because it's all about like the rise of the ancient Greek civilization and the climate of it and how that affected trade and stuff. It's really interesting. Really
Wow,
interesting.
that's so cool. And what skills did your A levels give you that you're still using now?
Essay writing 100% is the biggest one that has really helped me out. Classics has helped me out so much as an A level, more than I thought it would, especially in the first couple of weeks where my professor was just listing off names of like ancient sources, and I was like, oh, I've done that, I know it, which is really helpful actually. And then I think especially with English language, having proper vocabulary to speak, especially in essay writing, definitely got some really beneficial skills from those.
That is amazing. Well, Becca, from my perspective, the incredible thing is seeing you from someone who just didn't have that confidence and just simply didn't have the self-belief. And when you came to us, you'd even had, I think, a school elsewhere tell you you wouldn't get A levels and you wouldn't kind of be aiming where you're aiming. And to see that actually you found A levels and you were amazing at them, you were absolutely incredible. And to now see your confidence, you having gone, as I said, to the most competitive university in the UK, it's just so fantastic. And I think you're a real kind of beacon of hope for young people who have gone through struggles and who have gone through difficulties to actually say, Becca was here, she had that experience, and look at what she's gone on to do, and now she's doing her dreams. So it's absolutely awesome. So thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.